Michael, Mickey Gemeda, and his mom Crystal are joining us today. Mickey's 7 years old, and going through the COVID pandemic, he wanted to find a way to help people out, and so he started creating mustard seed keychains. Right? Is that how they are? Is it, they're keychains and then bracelets? And he just wanted to make a positive impact in the world. He was talking to his grandmother, who's a retired police officer, and just between the two of them came up with the idea of how he could serve others and just be a giant in this world. And we're excited to share his story. We're excited to dig into the family dynamic and just what you guys see as a giant. And so we're grateful to have you two on the show. Thanks for being here.
Thank you for letting us come.
You're very welcome. You guys excited? Mickey, you excited? Yeah.
He looks good in his Sunday best. Look at that. Look at that. I love his hat, his tie. He's making us look like I don't know. I tried to dress up, tried to fake it with my superhero shirt. Mickey outdid us.
Yeah.
He's looking sharp.
Thanks.
So Mickey, you're out there being a giant in the world. Can you tell me a little bit? What do you think a giant is? What does that mean to you?
A giant is somebody that be kind, nice, and a giant be nice to the poor.
He's nice to everybody, right? Good. Now you came up with this idea with your grandma. Can you tell me a little bit about that? How did you guys come up with this idea?
Well, I really forgot.
You really forgot? How'd you come up with it?
Oh, I came up with Mickey's mustard seeds because everybody was being sad because of all the bad things that were happening. So I wanted to make people happy.
Good for you. And is it working? Yeah? Let me show you something I've got on my wrist right now. Do you see that?
Do you remember making those?
Yeah. It says giant on it. And you sent that over to me, and I wear that every day. And I've got some for Ryan I still got to give to him.
Wow.
But my kids wear these every day too, as a reminder to be giants. And that came from you, your creation. That's awesome. So I'm feeling pretty happy. So you read the story, The Giants and the Smalls. What was your favorite part of the story?
My favorite part was when the small asked the giant how you could become a giant.
Yeah. And what about that really excited you or got you going?
That was because I think it was because he wanted to be nice.
Yeah. To be nicer.
Then you want his life to change?
Yeah.
What was
Tell us about Rit. Tell us about Rit a little bit.
Rit was a guy who lived in a small house and had a small family.
What did he eat?
He ate soup.
And one day he recognized the giants. Have you ever had a moment in that life where you thought, man, maybe I can do something big? Yeah. Tell me about that a little bit.
Well, he wanted to change his life so he could show his friends that he was a giant and he could be nice.
Yeah. How did his friends treat him?
Mean.
Why do you think that happened?
Because the people were mean because they were small and they had small kindness.
And so they hadn't grown their kindness.
I like that. Sometimes you got to grow your kindness. That's very wise words. Yeah.
Actually, I'm going to write that here. So every time somebody says a nugget or something impressive, we write it down and share it. So you got to grow your kindness, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Let me add this in. Hold on. These are nuggets by Mickey. So these are gems that you want to hang on to, right? So you can see
There's
these.
a lot of people that are going to see these things that you're saying about growing your kindness.
Yeah. And so he went out on this journey and looked for a giant. And who have been giants in your life?
Well, my family and
Okay.
everybody that I know.
And so your grandma, let's talk about your mom and your dad and your grandma. How have your parents been giants for you? What have they done for you to show you how to be a giant?
They helped me.
What do we help you do?
They helped me do the faith part because I don't know how to do that part.
Of his
That's right.
keychain.
Yeah. You gotta have the faith part, and sometimes you gotta be taught that, huh, Mickey? Until you can get your own faith, right? Sometimes you
Yeah.
have to lean on others, and just like Remy and Rit leaned on Remy a little bit on his faith. He was a little bit worried sometimes that he didn't know how he was going to be a giant or if he could be a giant. But
Yeah.
then Remy showed him how he could be a giant, right?
Mhm.
Is your mom and your grandma showing you how to be a giant?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're doing a pretty good job learning, buddy.
How about your dad? Your dad said something before your show. What did he tell you to do?
Before the show, what did Daddy say? Be what?
Be yourself.
That's a powerful lesson right there. What does it mean
That's
to
a
be
nugget.
yourself?
Be yourself is like you have to be yourself to be nice.
And also, Daddy said that you're what? He said you're. Did he say you're awesome?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Be awesome and be yourself.
I agree. You are awesome, Mickey. Your dad's right. Your dad's a smart man too.
Let me ask you this. So when Rit went on his journey, he decided he wanted to become a giant. Was it just handed to him and automatically he became a giant by just wanting it?
No.
What did he have to do?
He was always a giant because he was being kind.
But do you remember what he had to do to become a giant? Do you remember how winded he got when he was doing your favorite activity?
What was he doing?
Yeah.
Was he running?
Yeah.
You told us something about your superpower before the show. What's your superpower?
Speed. And in real life too.
Hey, the universe loves speed for sure. You keep doing that. Go fast.
Yeah, he's his favorite character is Sonic. So.
Oh, nice. Nice.
The hedgehog.
So show us how fast you are.
I even know the fight versus Sega and Nintendo.
Yeah, everything's Sonic.
Ooh, yeah.
I know Tails, I know Knuckles, I know the Sonic movie, and I know Knuckles was the guy in the suit that was trying to shoot the bow at Sonic.
That's awesome. Show us how fast you are, Mickey. Show us how fast you are. Let's see your. Remember how you were running in place? Yeah.
I love it. Wait, and you told us about the wind, moving the wind with your feet.
Yeah.
Do you move the wind with your feet?
Yeah.
That's incredibly fast. So Rit, in the story, he had to run fast, right? Like you? Did that help him grow?
Yeah.
Yeah. How does that apply to you? If you want something, do you have to work for it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How many do you make a day, or what do you have to do?
I have to make 5 a day.
5 a day. And so that takes some commitment, right? So commitment is doing what you say you're going to do. That's amazing. So people call in and say they want to buy your mustard seeds and they want to buy your bracelets, and then you go to work to create that.
Yeah. And if they ask you for an order and you say you're going to do it, then do you do it?
Yeah.
Because a man keeps his what?
Word.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Nice job, Mickey.
You are, Crystal, I'm going to lean on you. You are a powerful giant of a mother. You
I
know,
really am trying, but I had a good example. My
yeah,
mom was always like super giant. She was like always in the New York Times or a magazine or whatnot with her police work, and
yeah.
so we were raised by a superhero.
I love it.
Yeah. I'm
I'm going to
wearing
have you
mine
lean into
too.
the camera a little,
Yeah.
Crystal, if you don't mind, if you'll lean in so we can see it.
There you are.
You,
Hello.
I mean, it really takes, having those giant parents to be able to teach you and to live into it. You still have to discover for yourself what it takes to be a giant. And in doing that, you're able to teach your kids. I mean, can you speak to that a little bit?
Yeah, we really think it's really important for our children to be children. Like they're silly, they play outside, they have a great time, but at the
Yeah.
same time we try to just instill little nuggets of what's good, what's bad, how we let them know that no matter how small they are, they can change the world just by doing the smallest things. Like Mickey with his mustard seeds, or they're also involved in our nonprofit Many Missions, where they go out and the kids, they come together and say what they want to do to change the world. So whether
Yeah.
it's high fives, paint kindness rocks, whatever. And Mickey, he really tells us like, okay, let's go feed the homeless today. So we'll just start cooking, and they do everything. And I've always seen my mom help people. My mother was officer friendly. She was a dare officer. My father was a police officer. My stepfather was a captain. So it was just
Wow.
in us to just do well. And they were all like really great police officers. Where if they go
Wow.
out plain clothes or whatnot, people are just like, oh yeah, hey, and so we got to see
And the
that side
police
too.
made me a kid police.
Yeah,
What?
That's
yeah.
amazing.
We were. What did we do? Oh, we had our kindness for. I think it was, what was it? Hearts for Heroes. So we were giving
Yeah.
out heart lollipops to the different police officers and firefighters. He was able to get a police badge. So he says he's a kid cop now.
Nice. That's awesome.
I'm a kid.
Well, let me ask you,
Yeah.
so you guys, I mean, you've instilled these views, these work habits, these behaviors.
What's wrong with the volume? Can you guys hear us?
We can hear you a little bit. I don't know if maybe it went to another device there, but we're good. The beauty of this show is it's informal. So Ryan and I have been through some tech issues a lot. Let's see if we can sort it there. We can still hear you a little bit though. Maybe if there's a Bluetooth device connected, it sometimes does that and switches over. Oh, we'll get her back here. I think it's awesome, Ryan. Just now we
I'm
lost
still
Ryan.
here.
Are you there?
I'm here.
Lost your
Yeah,
video.
It's coming back. Hold on 2 seconds.
I love that. Here we go.
Sorry, we lost audio.
Oh, there you are. You're good.
That's
I
right.
just love. I was, going to say to Ryan, I just love that you've instilled these behaviors in your family because you have two other boys that are helping create these as well, right?
Yes. Mickey, he's 7. His brother, the 5-year-old, and then that's Maddie, and then he has a 4-year-old Danny.
Okay.
And we have a bonus boy. He's 14. He doesn't really assist that much, but if we ask him, he will.
Yeah. So a
Yeah.
bonus boy.
Yes.
Yeah. Tell me about that.
Well, he is he's my. When I married my husband, he had his nephew, who is his son.
Yeah.
So I got to inherit a great golfer who he's like a top golfer. He won first prizes, and he's an awesome boy. And when we go, of course you're awesome. When we go into when we go to do our outreaches, he helps out. He makes sure that the smaller kids are safe. He's an awesome kid.
That's amazing.
And also,
Yeah.
when every time I golf, I always win.
You do? You're
Me
good
too.
at golf?
Me
One
too.
time
Mickey.
I got 1,000 points.
Yeah, they let him win.
the wink. Yeah.
Yeah, he always wins.
Awesome. So
1,000 points.
Mickey, can I ask you some more questions? You ready to answer some more questions?
Yes.
Let me ask you this. Why did Rit grow?
Rick grew because he was being nice and kind.
Wasn't
Okay.
he working hard?
Yeah.
He was working hard, huh? And what would you think if you started to grow like that?
I guess I used to be a small.
Used to be. That's it. I like the term of that. Used to be a small. Because
Yeah,
from
and
here out,
sometimes we don't grow physically. Sometimes we grow in here and
yeah,
in here, right? In our hearts and in our minds.
Your mind, right?
And you expand that. Yeah.
yeah. If you could be any character in that book, which one would you be?
I would be Rick because I am small.
But
What do you love about Rit?
Well, Rick just tries to be himself.
Huh. He
But he
does.
tried to find a new self, though, right?
Yeah.
Did he want to stay as small?
No.
He
What do you
wanted to grow. Yeah.
Wanted to be a giant.
Okay.
He wanted to be a giant. So let's see this. If you remember how Rit had dinner with the giant or breakfast, and he was eating all that food. Remember that?
Yeah.
What if you had breakfast with a giant? What would you want to ask him?
I wanted to be a big turkey.
You want to eat a big
I love turkey
It
too,
sounds
buddy.
like a good
Turkey's
dinner,
delicious.
actually. So if you were to ask a giant, what would you ask him, or what would you ask her if you were to be able to be in the presence of a giant?
Can you get me a big giant Sonic?
What do you think he might tell you?
Yes.
Yes.
You think he would say, yeah?
Yeah, I think
Because
he
there's
would.
abundance. You can have as many Sonics as you want. You just got to go work for it.
Yeah,
There
yeah.
you go.
That's the beauty of it is your mom and dad are teaching you stuff that'll help you the rest of your life. If you remember when Rit went outside, he had to work in the garden. You remember that? And he was sweating. The weeds are bigger than him, and he's pulling the weeds, and a bug comes out and almost runs him over. And he learns and grows as he works.
Yeah.
And so as giants work, they earn things. And so that I would imagine that this giant would probably say, yes, you can have anything you want if you go out and work for it.
Yeah.
And so does that sound like something your parents have taught you?
Yes.
Yeah, I see that. Your parents have taught you a lot of really good principles. What's your favorite principle? What's your favorite thing that your parents have taught you?
My favorite thing my parents taught me was how to make some stuff.
What's your favorite thing that we've told you or taught you for your life?
Well, my favorite thing is you taught me how to tie my shoe.
Tie your shoe? Okay.
You know what? I think there's a lesson in that,
Hey,
right?
I haven't even learned that yet. Look at these shoes that I wear. So these are, I don't know if you can see those. They're slip-ons, Mickey. That's what you do when your parents don't teach you how to tie your shoe. You wear slip-ons.
And if Ryan's parents are watching, I'm sorry.
Sorry, Mom and Dad.
Yeah.
All you need to do is make an X with both of the strings and then put one of the back one in the hole and then pull.
That's the secret?
That's it.
Yeah, and also
I've been doing it wrong the whole time.
and then make a little loop like this and then put it around it and make a little hole
Okay.
and then put it in and then pull.
Yeah. So now you're trying to be
I've
like
been doing it
Ryan.
wrong for years, Mickey.
I just picture Ryan's mind going, Boom.
It is. It is. It's done. I've got some new shoes right now on Amazon on order with laces.
Uh-oh, look at that. Maybe
Yeah.
try it out.
He's gonna have to try it out. Ryan, you can do anything.
Yeah.
You can do anything. Mickey, do you believe you can do anything?
Yeah.
What about Matthew?
Yeah.
And yes. And
Okay.
also, to show you how to tie a shoe, I'm also gonna get one of my shoes.
No, we're fine because Daddy locked the door.
Oh.
He locked the door so the little ones can't come out here, so he
Oh.
can't even go in.
So we open it up and have them all run out. That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
What giant things do you want to create in your life, Mickey?
Thanks for sharing.
I want to create a big giant Sonic that's my size.
Yeah.
What do you want to be when you grow up?
A builder and a movie maker.
Yeah.
I need a show maker on YouTube.
Yeah.
I want to see Sonic and Sonic.
That's awesome.
Do you want to have your own show?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that would be fun.
And I want the show on YouTube, Sonic and Sunky.
Yeah. You should. There's no reason. Yeah. No reason not to. Sonic's amazing.
Butter.
So what did you
ask
make your
about Sonic.
keychains off of?
I based my keychains off of this, what Jesus said.
Yeah. Tell me about that. What did Jesus say?
It's like Matthew.
What did he say, Mickey?
Like Matthew 17:20 said, if you have faith small as a mustard seed, you can tell a mountain to move and it won't move, and nothing is impossible.
Let me ask you. So on that mustard seed, it's a tiny. Have you've seen the seeds that you put in those jars? They're tiny. Have you seen the trees that come out of those seeds?
Yeah.
Isn't that amazing? Just so much potential. So just that tiny little seed has all that potential in it, and by having that much faith in your life, you can grow into something amazing.
Yeah.
Does that message ring true for everybody in the world, Mickey?
Yeah.
Yeah. So how does that apply to you?
Well, that applies to me. Always be kind.
Okay.
And do you have a lot of potential?
Yes.
Yeah, a lot. And you're seeing that as you go out and work. Look at what's happening as you grow and grow. What are some other things that you've created from Mickey's mustard seeds? What else is going on for you this week or pretty soon?
What happens tomorrow?
Tomorrow, I'm going to be on the news.
How does that feel?
Good.
Yeah. Did you create
Sometimes
that?
you don't want to be on the news. Sometimes you don't want to be on the news. You know, you want to be on the news for good things, not bad things.
Yeah, like Ryan. Yeah, don't be. Yeah.
Don't be on the news like me.
Good decision, right?
Yeah, besides, I already went on the news once.
Yeah. So you get to do it again.
Probably do it again.
Yeah.
I think a lot more. I think you're going to be on the news a lot more. So
Hey, tell us about your corporate check. What happened? You get a big order
Yeah.
for your mustard seeds?
What happened?
I think he ordered like 12 of them.
He ordered 25 of them.
Ooh.
Yeah. So the gentleman, his daughter bought one for him for Father's Day, and then he came back and he bought 5 more, and then after that he spoke to Mickey about profit and what else did he speak to you about? Profit margins, and then he ordered 25 more. So Mickey was in because of COVID, my mom stays with us now. And so
because she lives in Connecticut.
Yeah, she lives in Connecticut, but she was in assisted living. She has Alzheimer's and dementia.
Okay.
But he was in her room and they were just getting them out. So that gives her something to do to help out her grandson. They get to spend time.
That's
so
awesome.
It's awesome.
Yeah. Crystal, I mean, some of these questions I would have asked, I guess I want to ask you. You guys, what kind of challenges have you overcome to be able to create this in your life?
Well, I work full time, but I do work from home.
Yeah.
And when he came up with this business, it of course is going to add extra things that I would have to do. First, he wanted to have it outside. He wanted to do like a lemonade stand kind of thing with them. And then he said, well, okay, if I can't do that, then because of Corona, can I put walkie-talkies outside and they can order it like a drive-through? And I was like, okay, that's a good idea, but no.
It's a really good idea.
Yeah. So then he had his business page. So it does add an extra layer to things that my husband and I already have to do.
Right.
But whatever kids want to do, if they really want to work at it, then we're going to help them achieve that. So
it's amazing.
He does all, and he has to do all of the work. He has to, if you get an invoice from Mickey's Mustard Seed, he's doing it. If the keychains, he has to do the majority of them. We do help him like put the faith on it or whatnot.
Yeah.
But everything is his. The printing label or the mailing labels, he has to do it. The math, because now we're in like this homeschool setting, and I figure what better lessons to learn than to run your own business. You have to learn how to speak to people. You have to learn how to he makes his own rules, his own days on, days off. Like he offered my mom like $1 per keychain or something like that. Like, save your money. But yeah, it's just
hopefully the IRS isn't watching this show. Leave Mickey alone.
But yeah, it's been it's fun, and it makes you proud as a parent when your child finds something that's going to make people happy. If he sees someone that looks sad, then he'll run and get a keychain and just give it to them. So I
love them. These little bracelets too. Just I love mine. It says Giant on it, and it's just it's a reminder to just show up each day as a giant. And I wonder, about daily habits that you guys have as a family. Like, how is it that you instill these daily habits in there, and what are some of your daily habits that you guys do as a family?
Well, the boys, they're actually very responsible. They assist with my mom's meds. They make sure that like every morning they give her her meds and whatever, water, juice, and they help out a lot with my mom. That's on a daily basis. And every week we have a movie night, so that's always fun. But they have to earn it. We have tickets, and every like good deed or duty, you get 3 movie tickets. And for every 3 tickets, you can get a treat or popcorn or whatnot. So they love it.
It's amazing. So you're teaching, I mean, really, this book. So as you read through it, I mean, it's an analogy of what you're doing in your life with your kids. I mean, you're being that giant for them. You're being Remy in a sense, metaphorically.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, every especially with today's economy and everything that's going on. A lot of people have lost jobs or whatnot, and so we just really want to teach the boys that you can think outside of the box. You can make your own way. You can survive if you work hard and think in a giant way. Then you can survive, and you can be okay. You just have to work hard, be kind, and be yourself.
I like to think out of the box. I love how Mickey was like, "Hey, let's do some walkie-talkies." I need an order outside. Like a little kid doesn't normally think like that, and so for you to help them and teach them how to be that way is amazing. And he's going to pass that on to future generations and friends and everybody he comes in contact with. Right, Mickey? You keep being a giant. Yeah.
So along with that, so you're teaching them to think out of the box. When everybody was kind of shutting down with coronavirus and the whole economy kind of went inward, you guys were exploring ways to keep moving forward, as a family. And so what I love about this is like, hey, things did change a little bit here, but as a family, what else can we do? And Mickey, this is Mickey's idea. Like, he came up with this on his own.
Yeah.
And then you offered support. I have the handwritten note, the thank you notes. I get letters in the mail, and they've got his handwriting on there. I love it.
Yeah.
I want to frame that and keep it, right? It's just
Oh, thank you.
it's inspiring because at at 7 he's out there producing and creating his own thing, and you're just instilling all these behaviors and thoughts and beliefs, and that's what this book is about, is to instill that giant thinking into not only kids but adults too. A lot of us adults can use that message.
Yeah, I really liked how when Rit was looking, he was eating all the great food, but then the giant was like, "Okay, now you're gonna help me out in this garden. Come work for it. You know that food you're eating, there was work that was put in to get it." So,
Yeah,
and that's exactly like as the kids get older, we give them additional duties. Okay, so you start off with the dog, make sure the dog has food and water, and then you move on to the trash, and you move to grandma's medicine, and help out, make sure you clean your room, just
yeah,
different things. Every part is a moving part, and you have to work hard if you want to play hard, and they know that you work first and then what?
Play.
Yep.
I
So
love it.
Yeah,
have-
if you don't work hard, you don't get to play, huh, Mickey?
Yeah.
We have
So
a guest joining
how
us
was the movie?
from Florida, Mickey. So we have Kimberly Brown from Florida checking in. And so if you're watching this, if you want to post comments, please do. And if you have questions for Mickey, let's ask them. But you say hi to Kimberly. Yeah. So it's just, it's the two of you, and it's your whole family. What I hear in your story is it's your whole family that is having some kind of involvement in Mickey's business and your own lives. I mean, your mom and dad were police officers, a lot of service in that.
Yeah.
And we won't go into too much about what's occurring right now in the world. Just want to be grateful to them for what they've done, for their service.
Thank you.
And so it's as a parent, as I look at my kids, I have 4 kids. Ryan's got 5 beautiful kids. It's just we're always looking for ways to teach them and hopefully instill in them some ideas where they can go out in the world and be productive and really make an impact, not only for themselves but for others. And so Mickey keeps hitting on the point of kindness. Mickey, is kindness important?
Is kindness important?
Yeah.
Look up, bud.
What does that mean for you? What does kindness look like for you?
Kindness looks like something that should be the nicest thing in the world.
Be nice, right?
Yeah.
And so I know if you're out there and you see somebody that's sad and you give them a bracelet or a keychain, I mean, that's an act of kindness. How does that make them feel, and how does that make you feel?
I think we lost audio again.
Did we? We can if you want to pop off and back in, we can do that again. So we'll get them back in here. Ryan, your audio is good still?
Yeah, my audio is good.
Yep. So we're
Nick, sometimes I think it's interesting, Mickey's got a lot of giants in his life. He talked about a lot about faith, and you can tell that faith is important in their family.
right.
Some of our viewers aren't religious, some are religious.
Right.
In Mickey's life, he talked about going to church and going to their mission is their church, and
Right.
following an example in the Bible, right? He read from the Bible and Jesus, and but you can find, those giants, in just about anywhere if you look. I'm proud of Mickey for following a giant like Jesus, the Savior. But if you're not religious, you can look around you. You can find so many good examples out there of giants. They're everywhere.
Yeah.
And then if we pass that on, take those good things. Mickey took the good things that he sees from his mom, from his grandma, from his dad, from his church, and he's taking those little bit by little bit
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
applying the good things in his life. Mickey, we have you back. We were just chatting about the Jesus and Jesus being a giant, and in the Bible talking about faith and finding giants. There's some cool things because Jesus was an example, right? And he taught people, and went out and did good things. He was the ultimate example of kindness, right? And you're doing that same thing. You're becoming like him by the actions that you're doing every day. And you're doing a wonderful job, Mickey. We're proud of you. We're proud to be your friend and to follow your example. And man, you're laying down some big shoe prints in front of us, man, that we're following. You know how to tie your shoes even. I still don't, so I'm still working on it.
I'm gonna pull up this. Can you see this? Lori Gomez says, "Nicest thing in the world. Love life through the eyes of a child. Child's eyes." You know, it's true. You know, life is fairly simple. We complicate as we get older, and the reality is that you want something, you love Sonic, you talk about Sonic, right?
Yeah.
You love to run, you have a superpower, and it's called running faster than Sonic. Then you live into that, and there's a lesson in
As Sonic.
fast as Sonic. Fast as Sonic.
I
Yeah.
guess he's the fastest thing alive, so I guess he can't go past that or something.
Yeah, well, that's okay.
Yeah.
Well, he hasn't.
Really alive.
Oh.
Yeah. But this is the beauty of it, is that we forget this as adults. We try and fit in, and we try and satisfy society and all these people and make them happy, and we forget how simple it really is. Be kind, run fast like Sonic, make bracelets, make people smile. And Mickey, you're living into, I hope that you hang on to this through your whole life, is that you're giving people this message of just make it simple, in a sense. Crystal, I'm so honored by you on this show too. You and your husband. Your husband's not here; he's watching the kids, and that's a big job too. I love that you guys have instilled these behaviors and thinking patterns and beliefs into your kids, and I hope I can do the same for mine. As the author of the book, you think, oh, he's got it all together. I think I got a lot of work to do, especially watching Mickey. It's amazing.
I think we all have lots of work to do, but we just chip away at it each day and try our best.
Yeah, Mickey, I've got this question. Can you see that on the wall from Kimberly Brown? Can you tell how it makes you feel when you give someone a keychain, a necklace, or one of your many mission kindness rocks? How does that make you feel?
Happy.
Yeah. Why does that make you feel happy?
Why does it make you feel happy?
Because if everybody's happy, I'm happy.
I love it.
I like that.
I love it.
You're making me happy, little buddy.
I got to write that one down. I kind of think it's the other way around. If Mickey's happy, everyone is happy. It goes in both directions.
I think it's kind of contagious.
Yeah.
It is contagious for sure. How do we find Mickey's mustard seeds? Will you tell us a little bit about where we go to find your mustard seeds, Mickey?
Well, you have to go to my house, and my address is.
Wait.
I don't know if you want to give out the. What about online?
Hold on, don't tell your address.
Local orders.
Okay.
Yes.
Don't tell you. Are you listening? Yeah. Okay, thank you, sir. So yeah, he has a business page on Facebook. You can look him up, Mickey's Mustard Seeds. And
We'll be right over.
Exactly.
And maybe you can come right over. And my address is 99.
You don't want to give out your address.
Your address, buddy.
Yeah.
We'll tell them how to find you online.
Yes.
Yeah.
So if you go to facebook.com and / Mickey's Mustard Seeds,
Exactly.
and that's where you'll see it. And so, Mickey, you're so truthful, and I love it.
No.
Yeah, mom will explain later.
Yeah.
What's
grandma can explain.
Yeah.
What's for dinner, Mickey? What are we having for dinner tonight? I'm coming over.
Exactly.
So, Mickey, this was Kimberly's response. Awesome. Kindness is truly an should we say unselfish act?
Yeah, I think that's
yeah. Just it really is. It's just putting yourself out there and thinking of others and making them important too. And Mickey, if did you learn any new words reading this book?
Did you learn any new words?
Yes.
What words did you learn?
I actually forgot the word.
Okay. We're
How
gonna
about,
read it again because his two brothers, we read it late in the
yeah,
evening, we did, and they fell asleep, so we will be reading it again.
yeah,
And then we get an autograph copy, so we'll be looking forward
yeah,
to that.
you do. You
Yes,
do.
you do.
That'll be heading away.
I have a good memory, but sometimes it's rest.
Mine is
Yeah.
rusty
I
too.
remember the first time I played Sonic in the first Minecraft video I watched.
That's a pretty good memory, actually.
I can't remember mine.
Yeah,
I have a hard time remembering what I ate yesterday.
yeah,
Me
you and me
too.
both.
Yeah. Well, you guys have been awesome. You know, if I were to recap, just go back through this show. Crystal, thank you for being on here too. I mean, this is as much your journey as Mickey's, and I love what you guys are creating in the world. It's really, if you look at the journey of the giants and the smalls, it's instilling, it's getting people to wake up. You know, you look at Rit, and he was going about his life as though, you know, things were that was normal. There was nothing to change, nothing to shift. But it was when he woke up and was aware that there was another possibility for him,
Yeah,
that he decided to work for it. And so in our lives, sometimes we don't even know what we don't know until something happens or somebody wakes us up, or we run into something that has us wake up and say, wow, I am living way below my potential.
yeah,
And then he has to go out on this journey. It's not enough to just say I want that. He goes out and he earns it and he works for it, and he meets with a giant who instills, like you are with the kids, he instills these ideas that just help them to grow and be giants on their own. And so he has to learn what it takes to be a giant and do all the work and go through fear and be afraid and fail, and you know, and not be able to keep up until eventually he can. And
yeah,
that's the message I wanted to give people when I wrote this, and for my kids, is like you can have anything you want in this world if you go work for it, if you
yeah.
go earn it, if you go create it. And regardless of what people tell you, you can create it. And so did you have any additional thoughts that came up as you hear that? Either you or Mickey?
Well, I know that I'm from somewhere that is a lot of people struggle. Where I'm from the East Coast and I moved to the Midwest just on a whim originally, but I
Yeah.
know a lot of people who still wind up just going through a struggle, just trying to just make ends meet or whatnot. And when I moved out here, I continuously tell people like, hey, you can live a better life. You don't have to have 3, 4 jobs to just be okay. You know, you can be happy. You can spend time with your family. You can do all of that with just one 8-hour job, or you know, an additional job if you feel like it. But you can live a better life. And so we do. My husband and I, we make sure that we have a quality of life, because we know that this life, it doesn't last that long. And so as much time as you can spend with your loved ones, or just enjoying yourself, or you work hard, but then you play even harder, and you just have to change your mind. Sometimes you have to move from where you are, just like how Rit was. He was with the smalls, doing his small things, and he had to go and go to the land of the giants and figure out, okay, how can I live well? How can I be like you? How can I enjoy myself, not just have this drab life? And if you do that, if you change your mind, then you change your entire world.
Yeah, I love that. Man, you summed up everything we're about right
Yeah.
there. Is that it is up to each of us individually to go create that.
Yeah.
I love that. And regardless of what's occurring in our environment, our world, we have a chance to do that. And you're testament to that. You're
Yeah.
living proof of that. Mickey, can I ask you another question here, bud?
Yes.
If, what kind of advice, if you were to talk to somebody on this show and give them some advice, right? What
Yes.
advice would you give them?
Well, if you want to be a giant, just be kind and be nice to other people and never give
I love it. I love it. I feel like we could wrap the show up right there. Let me just check. There's a couple more comments before we go. Somebody said, Nicole Castillo says, change your mind, change your world. She loves this. I think you have a lot of fans after this, Mickey. And Crystal, you too. I mean, you're just an incredible parent. Thank you for showing up in your world.
Yeah, thank you.
Is there anything else you guys would like to share for our audience? I think we lost the audio again. So Ryan, if we'll go ahead and wrap up right there, and then we'll pull them on for the after show here. Did we lose you, Crystal?
We did. Sorry
No,
about
okay. You're good. I'll give you
Okay.
that question one more shot here. Is there anything else you'd like to share for our audience?
No, I just wish everyone well, everyone stay healthy and happy, and understand that this too shall pass. So we just have to not consider everything, the new norm. It's just think outside the box. Sometimes this is an opportunity to grow yourself.
I like that. I got to say that again. Like, think out of the box, right?
Yeah.
You're masterful at that. Is what else can we do? Even going back to the idea of put this out there. It's out of the box, but why not?
Yeah.
Why not have it as a possibility? And so for the viewer, as we wrap up here, just remember that things might be what they are, but we get to choose how we perceive it. And as giants, we can choose to see it in any way that we want. And if you think out of the box, you're going to see possibilities that you haven't seen, and you're going to have a chance to grow in ways that you haven't grown. And so I want to leave that with you, Ryan. Do you have any other messages?
No, I'm just grateful. I'm just thankful today, and a giant also shows gratitude. And Mickey, we sure appreciate you, and we're grateful for you and your family. Okay, thanks for joining us on our show.
Thank you.
Okay, guys, thank you for being on the show. We hope you make it a giant day, and we will see you on the next episode.
All right, thank you guys. Thank you, Ryan. Thank you, Nick.
You're welcome. And Crystal, if you want to, sometimes we'll just hang out after the show for a minute. And
Okay.
if you guys need to go, you can, but we're still live and recording, but it's informal. So we're just hanging out. So we're just going to talk for a minute. If you want to join us, you can. You got some people that are loving what you're up to. And so I just think, as we post the show to Facebook, we'll give you a link to it. Make sure that you guys have everything you need there. And then however we can support you, I'll probably buy some more bracelets here pretty quickly. I love them.
Thank you. Yeah, he should have other colors soon. We're just trying to perfect the tying method. But we just give those out around town or whatnot. We put different things on them.
Well, I might add them as an option on the Shopify account on our store, as something that people can buy if they want to get a bracelet. I think they're just a great, simple reminder. And, I know you guys do other messages on there as well.
Yeah. And we usually put, sometimes love, sometimes trust. I think what did you put for your teachers? Hero. What did you put on her bracelet? You remember? No. I don't know. Sometimes we put hero and we hand those out.
Yeah. I love it.
I think it was best teacher.
Oh, he put best teacher on his teachers.
Really? I think you should make one that says Sonic on it.
What'd you say?
He should make one that says Sonic.
Oh, Sonic. Yeah, I bet he would wear it every single day.
I think so. That would be awesome.
Sonic.
This face is it's been here for a couple of years now. I don't know. And you would think that we have like game systems and things. He got his first game system this year, but hey.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Hey, Mickey, what game system do you have?
What do you have?
I used to have a Zig until Maddie keeps on breaking until one day he broke it, and I didn't know how to fix it or Daddy.
It's okay. You can buy another one, right? You're fine. Yeah. You'll get another one down the line.
I love it. So,
For now, they can dress up like Sonic. in the backyard, which makes absolutely no sense, but they do it.
It does make sense because Sonic's an animal.
I know, it's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's Sonic, his brother's Tails, and the other one is Knuckles. Yeah.
Yeah, I saw those pictures that you posted. It was awesome. Where they're all in their outfits. Like,
I figure at this age, this is the only time where you can just randomly wear costumes and not look like, you know, someone could pull
Looks
you
a little
over.
weirder in public in the middle of the day as an adult.
Exactly.
yeah, it does. It changes.
Unless you're at Walmart, sometimes you just fit right in. You never know.
Everything goes.
Yeah.
We might have to try that, Ryan.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it right now.
Yeah.
I'm off to Walmart. Here I go.
Cool. Well, thanks again, guys. I think you're an incredible family. I really do. So let us know how we could support you. Feel free. You've got my messenger message, so you can reach out if you need something. But we'll find ways to help support you guys in what you're up to.
Thank you.
Facebook.com/Mickey's Mustard Seeds.
Yes.
Facebook.com. Yeah.
And the same goes for you guys. I know that once your physical book is out,
Yeah.
we're gonna order a couple because we go to a children's shelter out here, and I know for certain that it would be a great book just to drop off.
That would be amazing, actually.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we will. So we're looking around August 10th is when they'll be off the printing press.
Okay.
And then we've got to fulfill on our Kickstarter campaign that we did. So we've got 300 copies going out there.
Okay.
And then we'll be able to start distributing them out to everybody.
Okay.
So we got plenty of copies. I think we ordered 3,000 copies for the first run, and so we should have plenty to go. So.
Okay. Yeah. Well, we'll be at least many missions. We'll be purchasing a bunch to give out to the kids.
Yeah, that sounds awesome. Okay. Well, you guys make it a giant day. Thank you again.
Thanks, Mickey.
Bye,
Okay.
Ryan.
See you, buddy.
See you, buddy.
Bye,
Thank
buddy.
you.
Bye.
Take care.
See you.